Welcome to episode 20 of Lost in Immersion, your weekly 45-minute stream about innovation. As VR and AR veterans, we'll discuss the latest news of the immersive industry. Let's go, guys. One and start.
Okay, thanks. So today my topic is this new collaboration between a headset and a company called Open BCI. BCI is brain computer interface, and it's called GALEA. I don't know how to pronounce it, but as you can see, it's a VR headset that has been augmented kind of with a lot of sensors to access actually quite a lot of things. So if we dive a bit into it, um, so there are sensors for brain waves that you can see here. They have like also motor sensors, so they can look at the way that the muscles of the face are contracting. They have heart rate sensors as well, and so there are like a full array of sensors. And on top of that, they are using the Varjo headsets, so they have also eye tracking available from that headset. Um, so it's a research project. So they are clearly saying that it's not a device that any consumer should purchase because they don't have any commercial available apps currently. It's more a device dedicated to researchers and developers that want to create apps or do research projects using these sensors and devices. Um, so yeah, I was really curious to look at some testing that users have been able to do with that. And some testers mention some device that is quite uncomfortable because the sensors need to be really pressed on the head and the front part as well to have a good um, to, to have a good sense of the muscles, for example. Um, but it seems like a lot of them were able to quite quickly use one of the demo, which is using the face muscles to drive a car or a temple run kind of experience. Um, um, so yeah, so basically that's it for the description of this interesting device. Um, and on the OpenBCI webpage, they push it even more on the potential capabilities of that full sensor. They are talking, about telepathy, like being able to read using AI to translate kind of what one is thinking into actual words. So of course, for now, it's in the future we will be able to, but I don't know, maybe it's coming. Um, so yeah, I'm curious to know if you, because I don't know if one of you had already tested some brain computer interface like this, um, and I guess it's interesting to see also the two directions this BCI can go. So one is outside sensors, and another one is similar to Neuralink. So like really having an invasive surgery to implant something in the brain, which you know is ongoing. The research is ongoing. Um, so yeah, I'll start with you, Seb, maybe.
Yeah, I'm amazed by that kind of technology. I have tested once one experience where you had to wear this kind of headset and control a ball in a maze. The part that is tricky for me is always the calibration part and making sure you will have the same result for each individual person and the same kind of wave in the end to control the same way something in the experience. But yeah, I guess there is a lot of things to do on this part, and they don't mention in any SDK or any tools to do that kind of calibration.
So OpenBCI has a full like software suite for I don't know if they have calibration, but I would guess so. I don't know exactly, but they have a full set of software for that.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess the training part will be the most difficult to go because every person has a brainwave that are different from another person. So is that what they measure with this kind of tool? Then to understand what you are thinking or to control anything. Yeah, that would be the part that needs to be done correctly. So the calibration process goes well and is easy to do, and then you can really use the headset for what you're supposed to use it for.
Okay. What about you, Guillaume?
Well, I'm kind of surprised, maybe, I don't know. There seems to be a comeback of BCI technology this past month, or maybe year. Maybe this is simply the next step into our VR integration in our daily use. Because I saw a post about NextMind, which was a French company that were making a BCI headband, but they were bought by Snap last year, and there seems to be doing some public demonstration now, and I saw some influencers getting these headsets and these headbands and try them on, and they were announcing that BCI is ready for us to try and so on. So just be careful with that. But there seems to be more and more company bringing this on the front scene again, because BCI is not a new technology, of course. It's been around for maybe 20 years. With some success and some less success, because as you said, Seb, it's hard to calibrate. Sometimes it's not that comfortable to wear, and sometimes when you are not putting it the right way, it's not working as it should. So I guess this is a good direction for us to bring some more captures information of what people are doing with their VR headsets, and if they can use their brain waves to interact. But as always, it's if it's uncomfortable, hard to calibrate, and if the benefit of using these BCI headsets is not proven, I guess we still have to wait for something that is working. But yeah, at some point, I'm questioning the advantage of using this. What can we bring? What they are willing to bring to the table with this BCI? Well, is this some new kind of interaction? Because we know that when you are interacting with BCI, it's some it's not very quick interaction. It's because you have to concentrate and think about what you're willing to do. Click on the button. It will be way more longer than just looking at it with the eye tracking. So do you know if they are providing some use cases of this, or it's just a technical demonstration?
Yeah, so the usage that they are, it seems to focus on is accessibility. So for less able people that cannot type or have difficulty speaking, it seems like this is the focus of OpenBCI. And I think Neuralink is also targeting this kind of first like medical and healthcare and accessibility use case. And fun fact, well, not really fun actually, an interesting fact that I've read about is, so as you were saying, the brain-computer interface are not very new. And there is a story from a few years back, maybe 5 or 6 years back, where a company developed a BCI to detect signals of incoming epileptic crisis in someone. And it was actually working, so that person was able to take medicine ahead of time. But unfortunately, that company went bankrupt, so that person has his device to be removed and kind of like change back his life to what it was before. So yeah, they are also like really it's not as it's a headset that you use for gaming, and if it fails that you cannot play your game anymore. Like it has real effects on the life of the day-to-day life of the users. And yeah, that's even another completely different topic, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand the frustration if it's working and the company is not. But yeah, it's a very good question about the market they are targeting, because I don't think that there are that many people that are having issues with their interaction. I don't know if we should look at the numbers, but it will explain why all these companies making BCI for the past years are not making any profit or becoming huge player in the VR community. It's maybe they are targeting something that are too small to be viable, and they are not finding their true market or their true use case for them to be able to develop this BCI usage. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you have more intel about this, but at first sight, I think this is not a very huge panel of users.
Yeah. I wonder if like will it get better, like so much better than also any user will find the benefit of using it. Like at some point, would it be faster to think what you want to type instead of typing it on a keyboard? I don't think we have the answer right now. Yeah.
I think it needs a ready and step-by-step progress, and it needs to be like something that helps you, like you type only the first word, and depending on what you are thinking, it finds the word directly that you want and more accurate than what currently exists. And so you type faster, and from there, maybe it will get better. Also, a question, you mentioned that they are targeting making a small target. Do you have any idea of how we could use that for broader use with this kind of device that you have to put on top of your head?
Well, I think the ultimate goal is, I think there are two goals. The ultimate goal is to have a very quick process between what you are thinking and what is happening outside. So I don't know, if we think about automatic translation or typing super fast or navigating something super fast. And so the other one is healthcare and medical usage, like preventing any type of stroke or it's kind of neuro I don't know how to say it, neurotic disease, I don't know, that can happen. So yeah, that's what I have in mind.
Okay, and another question, the Neuralink, did you saw the same news? They are trying to do it both ways, right? To get the data and information from what you are thinking, but also to send back some information to your brain.
Yeah.
And they are targeting 27th for first release. I think.
Yeah,
first test.
I don't. Yeah, I think the ultimate goal. So of course they are saying that it's for again healthcare, but one of the ultimate goal is the merge between human and technology.
Yes, it just get the authorization to proceed on human experimentation. So this year, the FDA they gave them the go, so they should get some result really soon. Good or bad, they will get some results.
Okay. Something to look at. Yeah. All right.
So we can, if we don't have anything more to add to this news, maybe we can go to the next one, Seb.
Yes. So I have two different news about new glasses that we're using for auto. So it's BMW that announced a new glasses that allows a rider to get information while he is riding on his direction, like a Google Glass, but really nice glasses. Wow, my internet connection is off. Sorry about that. So that the kind of information is really low in terms of number of information. It's only layout in front of you. And I found that interesting in the design of the glasses, but right after the video was posted, there was a lot of comments of people saying it's unsafe, we should not do that, riders should not wear this kind of glasses because it's layout stuff in front of their eyes and can hide stuff that are in front of on the road. So yeah, the feedback is very bad on that. So that's interesting to see how many people replied to it and said that that's an unsafe way of displaying the information to the user. When I first saw the video, I thought that the information was very small in the view and light in terms of number of information. So yeah, I wonder what you think about those glasses and those feedback about people.
So I don't bike, so I don't have the riding experience that this could provide and how beneficial this could be. So yeah, kind of let's trust the users. But something that is very interesting here is what you said at the beginning is the design. Like, okay, finally there is assisted reality glasses that are that have a cool design and that one would actually want to wear. One thing I'm wondering is so for bike they all have helmets, of course, and the helmets they have like I don't know how you say it in English, like there's something in front of the eyes. visor, yeah. So wouldn't it be easier and maybe more comfortable to have the information on the visor instead of having it on the glasses? I don't know. Yeah.
I can answer to that because I'm I'm a writer as this. So indeed there's been some tried on solution with projected information directly on the visor. The problem there is that by adding some electronics directly inside the helmet, first there are some safety issue because you are compromising the structure of the headset itself. Usually when you are doing this, those are external elements that are like intercom for communication between riders, and it can snap off easily if you're falling. So the company that were doing this integrated projection, I guess the stuff were in the back, but there were some concern about the safety. And the other thing is using projection when you are riding in broad daylight is not that effective. So there were some not so good effect on this. Not everyone is using dark smoked visor. Some people prefer it to be clear, and you can't project information on a clear visor, of course. So about this, I will have the same concern about safety, because when you are wearing glasses inside your helmet, sorry, you can have some safety issue as well, because your glasses can be broken, and you can have sparks coming into your eyes if you are falling. We know that visors are made for not breaking and bring some rigidity to the helmet itself. About the information themselves, I think they are not that useful, because those are the information. Maybe the navigation one, but it's more like the heads-up display. What could be interesting is having the real augmented navigation part when you have the arrow directly on the road, because where they are and how you are displaying it is more a distraction instead of being very useful. So I understand the concern or the critics of other riders. Especially when you're riding a motorcycle, your view and what you are looking at is very important for you to make the bike go where you want it to roll. So yeah, I'm not that enthusiastic about this. The only part that I will get is, as Fabien said, that the form factor is really interesting, and you can finally have some glasses that look like glasses and that are not ugly or futuristic or anything like that. So on this, they are taking the right road, but on the use case itself, I'm not excited about this. I prefer to have a completely clear view of the road and be focused on what is going on, and not having these optional or adding information that are not integrated in this view. Once more, if we had this augmented reality navigation view, it would be awesome. Like, I mean, any car, the heads-up display is not something that I really enjoy. I don't know about you guys, if you have this heads-up display of your speed and maybe some kind of information about direction, but I don't like them quite much.
Okay, and in terms of techniques, I'm wondering how it works, because if you focus at distance and look at distance, how will you see the information like blurry because you are not looking directly at something in front of you, or do you think you will have to focus to something close to look at the information and
Yeah, I think you
away?
have you'll have a different focus between what you are looking at and the information on the road, because you are looking
So that's
far beyond
observation.
where you're. Yeah. So it should induce some fatigue as well, ocular fatigue, because you are switching from something that is close to you and far in front of you. So yeah, I confirm that.
Because otherwise you need to have some kind of tracking of the eyes to
Mhm.
make sure you
Yeah.
always display at the right distance where you are looking at the information. So yeah.
Yeah, subject that we covered a few weeks back
Mhm.
with this innovation, where they could find out where your eyes is focusing, but I guess they are not integrating this kind of technology there. It's a pretty simple design.
Yeah, I guess in a small factor like that, it's
Mhm.
way it will be in a couple of years, but not right now. So another one is about Audi that reveal a new car that can be controlled with basically a Magic Clip 2. So they remove all the interface and they are displaying all the information in the Magic Clip 2 and interaction. You can interact with the car with your hand. So it sounds interesting on paper, but when they will not look at that, but when they display the information they display in the headset, it seems a bit gimmicky and it seems to shift a lot. So I wonder if that's really a use case. Or I understand it's a prototype, but I don't see a future for that. What's your thought on that? I don't know if you saw this news, if you're discovering it right now.
Well, I saw it, and I'm sharing the same point of view as you. It's more gimmick or gadget or whatever. As the car itself, often by Audi is doing this by doing some very futuristic concept cars and or concept design. And I guess this is just a way of showing to the main public what AR is capable of. They are not targeting it as a real use case, I guess. We're not right now, because as we know, AR is not there yet, but they are just willing to show that it could be a reality when we don't you don't need a dashboard anymore, a physical one, when we have these AR glasses that will be wearing every day for a very high probability. So yeah, it's more for the buzz or whatever. And if I remember correctly, it gives us some very good insight of what interface would be in the cars. They reflect a lot about this, but as a real use case, I guess we are not there yet, especially when you are using Magic Clip 2 in broad daylight. We know that those glasses are not able to do so, and yeah, it's one of their limitations. So it's a fun video, but yeah, I hope it won't be doing the same effect as the BMW VO in 2010, when people were saying, yeah, okay, it's a reality. Next year we'll have AR glasses in our car, and it would be awesome. So yeah, maybe so. Just take a little step back about this.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I totally agree. I think it's it's the reason of concept cars. Like they are just showing that they can be innovative, that they are looking into the future. I mean, the brand, the car brand, that they can push forward into what's maybe something to come someday. But yeah, I think it's for now it's only gimmick use. Yeah, yeah.
What is interesting to me is they don't show off everything you said about the glasses from BMW, Guillaume, about displaying information on the road and geometry or information really in front of you. So laying out on the road that is in front of you information that could use, for example, the sensor of the car and send that to the headset. So the GFO information are not directly in the headset, but mapped and get from the sensor of the car. So I wonder why I guess they could go that way. The sensor exists, the information exists. So I wonder why they did not wait to show more something like that.
Yeah, we know that Volvo is doing this with their Vario partnership. They are linking the car sensors to the headset, and they are showing real augmentation on the road. But it's just for their teams to make some tests, and but the technology can do that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, in 10 years, the cars will all be self-driving cars, right? No?
Yeah. So yeah, you can ask the goal here if indeed we won't have to drive anymore. But yeah, it's Audi that is working on VR headsets for passengers as well.
Yeah.
For them to be able to experience some VR application while they are being transported, and especially to reduce the motion sickness and so on inside the headsets. So they are taking this road as well. I guess when people are in their car, maybe not driving, they could have some immersive experience as well.
It's actually with there is also a team venture with between BMW and Meta.
Okay.
That video, I think we talk about it now. But yeah, they are working on, like you said, making games inside the car and being able to play inside the car. And the last news was about new techniques to do NERF and have better results. So it's on paper right now. There's no application available to test, but their results compared to NERF rendering to generate 3D model of an environment is quite amazing. So in these videos are talking about the technique and compare it to all the different techniques, and it's like you can see maybe the video is not lagging too much. If you compare every time they compare from another system, you can see a lot of artifacts in the other tech. Their algorithm, it seems to be really amazing at making the 3D model really realistic.
And is it reconstructing a 3D model, or is it more like just quote unquote just NERF type of thing?
It seems to be a NERF type of thing, but they are really able to move the camera in all the direction.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the question this week about do you know when will you have this kind of rendering, but with triangulation / meshing capability of having a 3D object looking at that like that? Do you have on your part some information about what they are doing, maybe using AI to provide some better meshing technologies for us to be using this kind of 3D scan or photogrammetric slash NERF.
Not yet. No, I saw and I talked about it in one of our podcasts of having augmented reality using the NERF and
yeah, it was
because
inside the app, yeah.
Mm.
But
So
we
that,
know that the limitation of NERFs right now it is meshing ability because it's a really fun technology, but we can't really use it as we would like it. For example, in AR, in VR, and so on. So
yeah, that's the next step. Yeah, it's just to find a way to generate a 3D model that you can really interact with. Okay. But still, yeah, to be able to reconstruct and position your camera wherever you want in a scene with that kind of quality, that's start to be impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. No, I just wanted to have your feedback on that.
Yeah.
So Guillaume, if you want to take the lead.
Yep. So for my topic, I would like to discuss with you the new release of the Unity AI tools. So they just released it as they were as as advertised. So they are providing Unity Muse and Unity Sentis, which is basically a ChatGPT version and Midjourney version integrated inside Unity. And why I would like to talk about this topic is that the Unity development and artists that are using Unity, I kind of not very fond of this technology. The reason behind that is that Unity admitted that their AI engine is learning from what developers and creators are doing with their scenes. So it's once again the same issue with AI that we are currently seeing with bigger company like Microsoft and ChatGPT integration in 365 Office. The problem is that once you're using AI that is owned by a private company, everything that is integrated in AI is not your property anymore because it's integrated in the private databases. So it's a huge problem for companies and creators in the broader way because they are losing their ownership or property of their creation. And right now we can see there is a very big step back towards AI, especially when you are providing or analyzing a very sensitive piece of code or a very high intelligent property usage. So the thing is, a lot of developers are now talking about moving from Unity to Unreal because right now Epic Games is not on this page and they are they show more respect towards the development and creators communities than Unity is doing. We know there is some controversy with the CEO of Unity not talking so well about his client or users. So it's a whole, and we can see that AI is confronted with the reality of property and creativity and of users, and they are not liking it very much to have their creation taken from them. So it's a very interesting situation right now. So I wanted to talk this about talk about this with you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know what you are thinking about this.
Yeah, totally agree. I think we mentioned that a few weeks back that we believe that the way AI could really work is if it's private, if you can control the data, if you can customize it to with your data, and that it's not something that is used publicly. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's more privately for this because it's private company that are making money through what you're doing, and if it's public, normally they won't be using it. But yeah, it's part of the sharing side of the AI. But yeah.
yeah. And on that same topic, something that I've noticed recently is I'm using ChatGPT sometimes, and I deactivated the history, and there is only one button. So when you want to deactivate the usage of your data, you are also deactivating the history. So here there is a problem because it's two different features that you deactivate only in one button. And even more, the new feature of ChatGPT, like code interpreter, that was just released a few days ago. If the history is activated, you cannot access that new feature. Like, so yeah, there are a lot of dark patterns, as we say, into AI usage, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, on my side, I understand the need of getting information on how the user is asking questions to the AI and what he's getting to make it better for the next time we iterate on it and check how in the time a new version of the AI can provide a better answer to the request of the user, so making it better through time because you use the content from the user just to get a better AI in the end. The issue is always that then is it only used for the iteration on the AI and making it better, or can people access your data and your code to make something about it? If that's the case, that's for me the main issue.
Yeah, the answer is not answered yet. This is why it's very problematic because apparently there are some proof that they can access the learning database for other usage. So and as it is managed by private companies, we don't really know what they're doing, and despite the fact that there would be some external laws about this, we can't have any control of what they are doing with the data afterwards. And I saw that some countries are taking measures, and those AI helpers or tools are simply forbidden, or they are not allowed on in some countries.
Yeah, I saw that Steam is also. I don't think that they are forbidding anything that was created with the use of AI, but they are thinking about regulating the
Yeah,
usage
it's
of the game. So yeah,
it's a region there. It's Valve in the whole. There is not allowing AI generated games. I guess this is what they're saying. But yeah, I saw the same information that they are filtering if you used AI at some point. And yeah, here. Valve appears to be removing games made with AI art from Steam, likely to avoid potential lawsuits regarding stolen art. So this is the same topics that we covered a few months back now about the property and how art is used with AI. We know that there were a judgment made in the US that if art was done through AI, you can't copyright it. There won't be any pattern on it. So it's a completely free or whatever. It's a very gray zone of what you're doing with this and who is claiming the right to this, because it's based on real real art and creations at some point. So how do you provide financial retribution for this? So yeah, people, well, it seems like company are kind of afraid of these consequences, and they're just removing it or just forbidding AI content on their platform. So it's a really interesting switch of situation between what was happening a few months in November 2022, when people were just willing to use AI everywhere, and now we can see that people are understanding finally what it's implying, and they are just backing off this track, and they are willing to have more respect for the code or the creations themselves.
So it's only for art creation, but if you
No, it's
use
both. It's both for code and art. Oh, you mean the Valve restriction?
yeah.
Yeah, for now, I guess it's just for art. But
I wonder how they can detect art that has been made by intelligent
Yeah.
nature.
there are some algorithm. I didn't try them myself, so I don't know if they are working. But there are some companies or some researchers that are doing algorithm to discover if the art is made by AI or not. So there seems to be some solution to that.
And what about the story? If you use the ChatGPT to generate the story of your game, the text and the voiceover, and
yeah, it's a very strange
yeah.
path, and I don't know how they will manage that at some point.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of work on NPC also, having an avatar that discuss with you when you are playing, and have a completely free way of talking with you with sentences that are not predetermined. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun job to detect that kind of usage inside the game.
It's the new jobs created by artificial intelligence. You will be trying to find out if there are some AI generated content. New jobs.
You should put, yeah. You can put like a watermark in the you have on some sound services when you can buy sounds, but there are watermark at the beginning. So I don't know.
Yeah, and one other information I would like to share with you is that Unity was created in 2005, and this is the first year in 2023 they are making really they are earning money, so their revenue is in positive. So it's always a bit strange to see that a 20 plus year maybe almost 20-year company is still there, and they didn't make any money for until now. So yeah, very interesting to see that. And once again, they made a huge improvement in their market value once Apple Vision once they announced their partnership with Apple for the Apple Vision Pro. So everything is looking good for Unity, but the community itself is not happy with what is happening. So we'll see if the numbers are impacted at some point with this angry community that is maybe leaving Unity for Unreal.
Is that the only reason, or is it because they are not reaching the level of quality of 3D environment that you can now have on a high-end computer with Unreal, and being able to do the same.
Well, the
Unity-based
reason
code.
people are talking about is one AI, and then the respect that Unity is giving to their community in general. Apparently, they feel like they are used like a client or just a wallet for them to make money. And yes, the new CEO is is a real character by himself. So we'll see how the relationship between the users and the CEO and the direction of Unity, if the direction the Unity is taking is well welcome or not by their community. And we can see that community is the key right now. So for a product to be successful, so I guess they won't be forgetting about this and prove some more, maybe show some love to their users at some point. So do you have anything more to add for today?
I'm good.
Sam?
No,
Okay, all good. So it's a wrap up for today, and thank you for your topics and discussion. And we'll be seeing you next week for another episode of Lost in Immersion. See you
Thank you.
guys.
you guys.
Bye.
Bye.